find the minors and cofactors of the elements of the following determinants. Now we are given a determinant, say A, of second order whose elements in the first row are 2 minus 4 and second row are 0, 3. Now let me denote as determinant of second order in general as A11, A12, A13, A21, A21, A22. And the sign convention for calculating, the cofactors is plus, minus, minus, plus like this. Okay, so this all has been discussed. So what is the cofactor? First of all, what is the minor of this 2? What is the location of 2? 1, 1. So M11, that is minor of 2. So delete the row and column through 2 and you get 3. So M11 is 3. So what will be the corresponding cofactor? The corresponding cofactor will remain 3 with which sign? Plus 3. So it will exactly be the same. Then what about M12? M12 is this negative 4 element. So M12 minor here will be that through this minus 4 you delete the row and column, you get 0. And what will be the corresponding cofactor? MC12. Of course at this place it is negative, but the minor being 0, it doesn't matter, it will remain 0. Then what is the cofactor of element 0? The place is 2, 1. If you call it M21. So delete the row and column through this element 0 and you get negative 4. So the value of the minor of element 0 is the opposite, minus 4. And what about the corresponding cofactor? That is cofactor C21. Here C21 is at this place. So it will be negative times negative 4. It will be plus 4. And finally, what is the cofactor of this element 3? So, and what is the placing of this? 2, 2. M22. Delete the row and column through 3. You get the opposite number. It is easy in second order determinant. You just take the opposite number. It is 2. And it is at this place, so positive only. So C22 will remain the same. That is 2 only. So we can work out the minor, at least of second order determinant minor of an element is just the opposite element, and for cofactor you impose the proper sign and you know the proper sign. Now similarly for the second sum it will be very easy. What are the general notations? The general notations here are A11, A12, A21, A22. First of all you write this as well as write the sign convention, plus, minus, minus, plus. And now it is easy to work out the minor and cofactor. The minor of A, that is A11, you delete the row and column through A, you get D. And what will be the corresponding cofactor? C11 with the same sign, plus means the same sign, will remain D. Then what is the next element of row 1? M12, that is C. So you delete the row and column through C, delete the row and column through C, the opposite element is B. So, and what about the cofactor C12 for C? It is the opposite element, the minor B, but what about the sign here? The sign here is negative, so it will be negative B. Then, what is the minor of B? The place is 2, 1. It is, what is M21? M21, delete the row and column through B, you get the opposite number C. And what about the cofactor of this C21? The sign here is negative, so it will be negative times C. And finally, 2, 2. What is M22? Delete the row and column through D, you left with A. And it being at a positive place, so C22 will remain positive, that is the same sign, that is A only. So it is very easy to work out the minor and cofactor for the elements of second order determinant, that you take the opposite element, that is the minor, and you impose the proper sign that gives you the cofactor. Now let's take The next question, in question 2, first part, what is new? That this time it is a determinant of third order. What are the general notations for third order? A11, A12, A13, A21, A22, A23, A31, A32, A33. The sign convention plus, minus, plus, minus, plus, minus, plus, minus, plus. This we have been doing when in the previous exercise we evaluated the determinants. Now, I'll just do few in this case. What is the minor of this element 1? That is A11. If you delete the row and column through 1, you left with this determinant 1001. And what is the value 1001? It is 1 into 1, 1 and minus 0, so it is 1. And what about the corresponding cofactor? At this place, the sign being positive, so it will remain exact the same as minor, that is 1. And what about now M21? M21. Which element is M21? It is this 0. M21 is this 0. So if you delete the row and column through 0, you left with, delete the row and column through 0, you left with C0001. And if you work it out, it will be 0 minus 0, 0. And what about the corresponding cofactor, that is C21? Though the sign for C21 is negative, but it being 0, it doesn't matter, it will remain 0. And similarly, I leave for rest of the minors and cofactors of the elements for you to try. Now let me take few from second part. Take the second part of question 2. Question 2, second part. Now in question 2, second part, again you have a determinant of third order. So it is always preferable to first write it in general so that we can give the notation A11, A12, A13, A21, A22, A23, A31, A32, A33. The sign convention, respectively, it is plus, minus, plus, minus, plus, minus, plus, minus, plus. I'll do here also just one or two. We'll say this A12. What is the number here? In place of A12, it is 0. So delete the row and column. So what is the value of M12? Delete the row and column through 0. You left with 3 minus 1, 0, 2. So this 1, 2 element, if you work it out, it is 3 into 6. 3 into 2, that is 6. And minus 0 into minus 1, minus 0, it is 6. And what is the sign with 1, 2? Minus. So in case you want to find out the corresponding cofactor, it will be negative times the minor, that is negative 6. So that is about 1, 2 element. You may work out one more, say 2, 3. 2, 3, this for this element. Okay. Now what is the number here for this element? Say it is minus 1. So delete the row and column through minus 1. So what is the value of M23? M23. Deleting the row and column, you left with, for 2, 3, you delete the row and column, second row and third column. So you will left with 1001. You left with 1001. And if you work it out, what do you get? 1 into 1 and minus 0, so 1 only. And at 2, 3 place, this is 2, 3, you have negative sign. So what will be C23? It will be negative times M23. M23 being 1, it will be negative 1. So I have taken 1, 2 here, all rest you can work out yourself. I leave for your practice. He says using the cofactors of the elements of third column. Elements of third column. Now read the question again. Using the cofactors of the elements of second row. It is second row. So we have to do it with second row. Using the cofactors of the elements of second row, evaluate the value of determinant. Let us write the determinant in general A11, A12, A13, A21, A22, A23, A31, 32, 33. And the sign convention you already know, plus, minus, plus, minus, plus, minus, plus, minus, plus. Okay. Now, what are the elements of, so we have to find out the value of determinant with second row. What are the elements of second row? It is A21 should be multiplied with the respective cofactor, that is C21, plus A22 multiplied with C22, and plus A23 multiplied with C23 will give you the value of determinant. Though, as I told you earlier, a determinant can be expanded with respect to the elements of any one row or column, but he wants you to expand it in the question with second row. So before we substitute the values of the elements of second row, that is 201, let us work out the corresponding factors. What is C21? For C21, you delete the row and column through this, that is 2. So you left with 3823. And what about the sign? You know, for this 21, this is the place 21, so it will be negative times. So it is negative times, work out 3 into 3, 9 minus 16, which is minus 7. So minus and minus will make it plus. So you get 7. And then you work out C22. C22. So C22 is, will be positive times the corresponding minus. Delete the row and column through C22, you have 0 at that place. So you left with 5813, this determinant, 5813. The value will be 15 minus 8, that is 7 again, by the way. And then C23, the place C23 is this, which is negative, and by deleting the row and column through this element, you left with 5312. Just work out, negative out, you get 10 minus 3, 7, and negative, so negative 7. So replacing these values and the values of element, the value of determinant will be, let me write the formula again, we want with respect to second row, so it will be A21 into C21 plus A22 into C22 plus A23 into C23. We have worked out and we know the values of the elements. The elements of the second row are 2, 0 and 1. 2, 0, 1. And what are the respective cofactors? 7. So 2 into 7 plus 0 into 7. We are just writing for pattern's sake, otherwise it will be 0. And the third element is 1 and the corresponding cofactor is negative 7. So 1 into negative 7. So you get 14 plus 0 minus 7. Final answer is 7. We have been evaluating, many sums in the previous exercises of like this. But, particularly here he is emphasizing, in terms of minor and cofactor and want you to make the idea more clear.